Hey everybody, going into the new year and I'm excited about it. So I'm going to create a new hairstyle today with you guys. I mean, it's not going to be all groundbreaking brand new, but it's just a different look that I'm going to come up with. I'm going to show you my thought process on when I'm coming up with a new hairstyle, what are the things that I kind of process and how I kind of incorporated in to come up with the new hairstyle on the fly. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit because I'm looking for a little bit more curl today. So I'm going to 375. I normally curl on 325. So I'm going to just start processing in my mind like what my overall look that I want to do is, and then we'll talk about how to create that and how you guys can incorporate this kind of thought process when you're styling your hair. Because I want you guys to be able to create the styles that work best for you. So I think, we all know that the really relaxed hairstyle is what's been in style for a while. But then when you want to dress it up, what do? So I want to come up with that with you guys here today to see how we can come up with like the new big, right? The old big was like a snooky kind of thing or like tons of big curls. So what does big hair look like in a relaxed style kind of era? What we're gonna do is I'm turning up my heat a little bit because I want the curls to shape a little bit more precise. So when you lower the heat, the curls tend to be just a little bit more big, and as you raise the heat, they get to be a little more precise. So I'm looking for a more precise curl. I'm also going to go in and have a little bit smaller sections because I want a more defined curl so that they can stack on each other more often. So that's what I'm thinking I want this hairstyle to come out like, and then we'll see how it goes as we go through it. I still want a lean back curl, so I'm still leaning my iron back to the back of the room. I'm still going to not finish out my ends, and then we're going to just get a more defined curl. Okay, so you can see how I want it more defined, and normally I'm taking huge sections. So I'm just thinking through like, how do I want to stack this hair out, but still give it that cool, relaxed look that's so in. I'm brushing out my pieces because when I want it more defined, I'm also going to take just a little bit more time. And this is a cool trick that Genevieve, one of our stylists, taught me, which is to always curl, like part your hair down the center, bring it all forward, and then curl your piece and throw it over your shoulder. And it tends to make you less judgy on how the style is going to come out. And then when you reveal it forward, it just speeds up the whole process because you can sort through the hair easier. When you get to the front, it's just easy. And then you can spend like the exact the time at the end just shaping exactly around your face the way you want it, and then you know exactly what kind of curls you're liking by the time you get to the front. I'm using a lean back angle, so normally we teach you to have more of this angle and go forward, so you're pushing with the top of the iron. As you learn the iron, get more familiar with it. And some people, honestly, I was watching the Two Blonde Moms, and I was watching and I was like, oh, you're creating a lean back curl right away when she was practicing, so she would have had it perfect. The only thing she had to do different was section her hair forward. She was taking horizontal sections, the girl that wasn't getting them right away. So she was taking horizontal sections, which created looseness as she started to move forward. So your curl forms later. So just a small tweak of doing vertical sections, pulling them forward, and then pushing back. So here's the lean back curl. You see how it's kind of tends to come out at the top, and that's okay. Just pick it up and let it come out of the top. Don't be overly picky about it. You see how I'm leading with the bottom of the iron. This one might get overly rotated because I was showing you. Yeah. So you see how I did that? Like when I'm teaching you, I go too slow, which like overheats the hair, and then I don't control my lean back as good. So I'll show you the difference, and I'll just do it naturally without kind of walking you through it, and then I'll tell you what the difference is, because sometimes my brain gets confused of like what I'm doing. I'm going to lean back to the back of the room, barely rotate, and then push forward, or I can go out to the side, which will give me a little bit less curl, but more volume. So I like this curl much better than the one I taught you on a lean back curl. You see the difference? It's really not the same. This one has no valleys and peaks. This one has lots of valleys and peaks, which I love about the lean back curl because it usually gives you a really good valley and peak. But I let it drag out of the top too much where it was like wrapping on itself. So we're going to just go in, do a lean back curl, press forward, kind of out to the side. You can see it's not as much curl if I unwrap like this. So if you're getting too much, you just unroll your wrist just a bit. And that one's just a little bit more curly than I want for this look, but we'll see how it comes together at the end.
Do you have any tricks for shorter hair? I have trouble getting my curls to behave.
Okay, shorter hair, I have a huge, this is my path to shorter hair, okay? You wanna really get close, rotate faster, and then you want to draw down right away and let go of the ends. You really don't want to overshape curls or over curl curls in short hair. It just really looks too Shirley Temple too quick. If you have naturally curly hair, you just make sure you get close to the scalp, close and rotate, and then that will smooth and curl at the same time. Just brush through the hair really good before you go in and create the curls. So now, I don't know, because I'm creating this style with you guys, I'm kind of walking you through how I create a new style, because I've never done this before. I'm just making it up as we go on the fly here. I don't know how I want my bangs to be in this, so I'm just gonna leave those to closer to the end so I can see exactly what I wanna do there. And I can't tell you how many times I've had a style where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring all this curl forward and it looks good, and then I'm like, oh, this is too straight, and then I overdo the curling front. Oh my goodness. But I can tell already this transition piece is just a little bit long to not curl, so now I have to decide how to bring that all together. But I think I'm gonna wait till the very end to do that. One of the cheats I like to teach you back here on this piece, I'm going to curl the left side, but I'm gonna curl the left side using the right-handed technique. Right-handed technique is, right side technique, sorry. Right side technique is thumb behind the light, thumbs up on the right, and then you close and rotate. I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it right here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't like to have to go over my head, and I don't like to not get curl up high enough, so I'm just going to rotate the curl like it would be continued from the other side. And this just makes it easier, and it doesn't matter because this curl now fits in on this side. See, it curls away from the face, so you can't really tell the difference. So I like to cheat these underneath curls, and it just makes your life easier. So take the right side technique, what you'd normally do here, and do it here. Okay? So I'm just looking to push my iron back to the back of the room, and I'm going off to the side a little bit more than to the front, because I don't want this curl to be too tendrilish. I want it to be more lived in. And that might have been, oh yeah, no, that was pretty good. So when you're doing a lean back curl, instead of pushing the front of the iron or the top of the iron, so on this side it's the bottom, so the top of the iron goes back, the top of the iron goes back. Normally we teach you the top of the iron is forward, so this time in the lean back curl, the top is back. So more lean back curls, you really want to focus on getting your curl right towards the scalp. Don't over rotate for these, because then you'll get just a crazy tendril hair curl. That's a technical term. Okay.
And somebody asked, how do you create volume at the root?
Volume at the root is rotating slowly at the scalp, but right away. So a lot of people have a tendency to rotate and move at the same time, and then you're too far down to create the curl right at the base of the scalp. So you're looking to close, rotate, and then start traveling. Another thing a lot of people like to do is pinch this hair or twist this hair. Just spread it out, make it nice and straight, and that will help all your curls form and shape better. So one of the things that I've noticed for the left side is just being real slow to get the curl up at the top, because one of the things you naturally want to do is travel fast. So I'm going to show you how to make sure you're really doing that. You want to go in, close, and rotate at the same time. The curl isn't starting until right there. You see how that will now start my curl. So the faster you get to that, the faster you'll get curl closer to the scalp. The faster you'll get it, the closer you get curl to the scalp. You see how I really focused on that? So I picked up that one. You see my rotation is a lot later. This one, my rotation is a lot faster. Okay, I gotta get these curls right. I'm gonna not concentrate and I'm just gonna curl, and I'm not getting many right lately. I'm gonna have to judge my curls in a minute here. Okay. Another thing you could do on this style is you could rotate your curls back and forth from front to back, and that would be another way to stack these curls out really good. I feel like I took much bigger sections on this side, but I don't know why this side is taking me so much longer. Okay, so let's see how this turned out. Is this the big hair I want? Is this exactly what we're looking for? Does this look dressy enough? Does this look curled enough? Does it look overly curled? So that's the kind of things. Where do I need to separate curl? Where do I need to create better curl? That's how I go in and create the rest of this look. So what is lacking and what do I love? What do I enhance? What finishes off the look? So that's the next thought process I'll go through after I do all the curls. And you saw how many funny ones came in here. And there's only one that's really revealing itself to me. I mean, these two look like a little bit over, I don't know, kind of Farrah compared to what I'm looking for in this look. Remember, these were the two I really taught you guys on. so don't listen to anything I taught during these two curls. So I'm going to separate that. I think this curl could be okay on its own. It's going to be good enough. I'm going to separate this into two pieces actually, because I want this one to be up higher. So you can see this curl actually looks pretty good right here. When you're resetting a curl, brush it. Make sure you follow all the steps. You're going to travel just the slightest bit slower, unless you're trying to make it less curly. Then you could probably travel faster, but you know, it kind of varies depending on so many factors. So as a general rule, you have to travel slower to reset a curl. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to not think about it. I'm going to travel out to the side a little bit more, and I like this bottom of the curl, so let's see how I did. Good. I shaped in more shape up here. That's what I wanted. I wanted a big valley in it. I really love a big valley, but it's like pushing back and not like forward. So that's the big difference of old Victoria's Secret hair versus like beach wave big hair. Okay. So now I'm going to do some pick-me-up curls all around to make sure I'm really setting in curl close to the scalp, dropping it in the valley, and letting it lay and sit there because I want more definition up high for this new big look we're creating. Now, what do you do from here? So this looks pretty good, but it's not finished, right? So how can we epically finish this hairstyle? So Big Time is a huge epic finisher because sometimes this just doesn't look as big as I want to create this look looking like, you know, I just sometimes want it to be more impressive. You know what I mean? Like more of an impression up here. So I tried this and see like, okay, is that what I want to get out of it? Is that a little bit closer to what I'm looking for? And I think so. I think it brings the attention more up here instead of more down here. So now that I know that, I'm just gonna pick up the pieces, spray in Big Time close to my scalp. Oh my gosh, you could do some cute hairstyles with just putting this back, I feel like, and kind of freeing that up. I don't know what you do, but there's all kinds of cute hairstyles out there where you could just like, you know, put little cute blingy clips right here. I think that would be really pretty. So when I'm doing these things, that's the kind of stuff I'm also processing. I'm not just going like lift and do this. I'm saying when I do something, what looks good? So I'm just always kind of in my peripheral vision in my mind, I'm paying attention to those kinds of things. Like when I pull back like this, do I like that better than this side? Those are the kinds of things I think to find inspiration for the day on the hairstyle I'm doing. So I did all the curls the same direction. Because I want them to stay more separated, I'm going to go through all of the hair with Big Time. So I'm just gonna pick up because I want it to be more volume and more separation. And I'm just leaving them to like fall onto each other, but without collapsing into each other. So when you want these pieces in the face frame to stay still, go ahead and spray with the Big Time and then use your fingers to marry it all together and put it exactly where you want. I mean, because it is crazy how well it stays. I mean, like, I can't even explain how amazing this trick is. Because watch this.
And no hairspray.
Yeah. And then, of course, don't forget this game changer trick. pinch the bangs together, spray over top. Why that works, I don't know. It's all these things that are just tricking my brain of like, I don't get it. But I know they work good. Make sure you use big time and selfie time in the right order. Big time first, selfie time later, because this is wet. This is not good on wet. So, okay, so I think that's a new style of big I love. I'm really happy with the results. There's little things like, if you don't love hair fuzzy up here, you can spray this. Spray with purpose. Just use the side of the can to stick it down. Don't overdo it, because you'll hate how you just worked all that body into it and then you squish it, and that's just anti what you want. This is what the back looks like. Did I miss any? Please tell me if I did.
Let's see. I'm a little bit behind on the. Okay, let me look. No, you did good.
Did good? Okay, so that's the back of the look. That's the front of the look. And that's how I process creating a new hairstyle. So those are all the thoughts that I walk through when I'm creating a new style to hopefully, bring it together for you guys to help you get all the styles you want. So we have so many easy videos out now. I'm so excited for you to learn the iron and understand how easy your hair can be. I'm even loving that these curls are a little different. I just love it. We're gonna be having such a great year. I'm so excited. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you. Bye, everybody.